I never thought my life would turn into one of those wild stories you hear about on late-night TV, the kind where everything goes wrong and then somehow flips around, but here I am, sitting in my cozy cabin up in Montana, looking back on it all like it was yesterday. It started on this crisp winter evening, me Sarah Thompson bundled up in my wheelchair, 7 months pregnant, trusting my husband Michael more than anything, even though things had been rocky since that damn car crash left me paralyzed from the waist down. We were heading out for what he called a fresh air drive through the snowy backroads near Bozeman, his voice all sweet and reassuring, saying it'd be good for me and the baby, but deep down, I felt this nagging twist in my gut, like something wasn't right, and boy, was I spot on. Michael had been acting off for months. Ever since the accident, he'd always been ambitious, chasing deals in real estate. But after I couldn't walk anymore, he started seeing me as a burden, whispering about how my family's old ranch land and inheritance were our future, though I knew he meant his. Turns out, he'd been sneaking around with Olivia, his sleek assistant who eyed everything like it was hers for the taking, plotting to ditch me so he could claim it all without the hassle of a crippled wife, jealousy, greed, that old mix that turns people rotten. We drove deeper into the woods, the headlights cutting through the falling snow, until he stopped, hauled out my chair, helped me into it with this fake tenderness, and then just like that he crouched down, his eyes cold as ice, saying, "Sarah, you're strong, you'll figure it out," before turning back to the car, ignoring my screams as the engine roared and he vanished down the trail, leaving me there alone, the wolves howling in the distance, my heart pounding like it had burst. The cold hit me first, biting through my coat, but the real terror was the silence after he left. No phone, no help, just me in that chair, wheels stuck in the snow, pushing with everything I had while the baby kicked inside, like she knew we were in trouble. I cried out for God, for anyone, my mind racing back to Michael's promises in the hospital. "I'll never leave you." But now it all felt like lies, ashes in the wind, and then the growls started, low and primal, eyes glowing from the trees, a pack of wolves circling closer, drawn by my fear, my scratches bleeding into the snow. One lunged, teeth grazing my arm, claws tearing my sleeve. I swung a branch wildly, screaming, "Stay back, please, not my baby." The pain shooting through me as another snapped at my legs, useless as they were, and I thought, this is it. This is how it ends, abandoned by the man I loved, devoured in the dark. But fate had other plans. A gunshot cracked the night, scattering the wolves like shadows, and out stepped James Harlan, this rugged hunter in winter gear, rifle slung over his shoulder, his flashlight landing on me as he rushed over, saying, "My God, hold on, I've got you." He lifted me like I weighed nothing, carried me to his truck, wrapped me in blankets, his voice steady. "You're safe now, I promise." And as we sped to the hospital in Missoula, I clung to his arm, whispering, "Don't leave me," still shattered from Michael's betrayal. The doctors swarmed, but the news hit like a freight train. The baby didn't make it. The stress, the cold, it was too much. I screamed, clutching my empty belly. "Why me? Why her?" While James paced outside, his jaw tight, vowing silently to make this right. Those first days were hell, staring at the ceiling, feeling like a hollow shell. Why heal when everything's gone? But James visited every day, bringing coffee, sitting quietly, saying things like, "You survived wolves, Sarah, that's not nothing." His presence like an anchor in the storm. He wasn't pitying me. He saw strength I couldn't. And when he showed me papers about this rehab center and Billings, specialists who could maybe get me walking again, I laughed bitterly at first. Me? Walk? After all this. But he leaned in, eyes fierce. "It's not just about legs. It's about taking back what he stole from you." His own scars ran deep. I learned later lost his wife to cancer, built his tech empire to escape the grief, and somehow, that shared pain pulled us closer, made me think maybe I wasn't done fighting. Meanwhile, Michael was living it up in his fancy condo downtown, sipping scotch with Olivia, toasting to freedom, plotting to forge papers for my ranch, assuming I was wolf food. His motive? Pure greed. That land was worth millions for development, and with me gone, no messy divorce, no sharing. Olivia played along, whispering, "She was holding you back, darling." But she had her own game, siphoning bits here and there, ready to bolt when the cash flowed. Michael'd catch glimpses of news about a mystery woman rescued, his smug face paling, but he'd drown it in booze, muttering, "She's gone. Has to be." Underestimating me like always. Rehab was brutal straps, bars, sweat, tears. I'd collapse, sobbing. "I can't. It hurts too much." But James'd be there, saying, "This pain builds you, Sarah," unlike what he did. Slowly, I stood, then stepped, each victory a fire igniting inside. And one night, under the stars on his porch, he confessed, "I didn't plan this, but I care about you more than as a friend." And though my heart flinched from trust, I felt it thaw, whispering, "Maybe I'm ready to try." We built a plan then, not just recovery, but justice. Investigators digging into Michael's affair, his fraud attempts on my estate, all tied to his HOA schemes, manipulating neighbors for land